we were just going to go in the cafeteria and hang out for 15 minutes.
The pandemic era has provided an even added layer of respect for nurses. And when it comes to our school nurses, through everything that's happened, they've maintained dedicated minds, open hearts, and caring hands.
Our school nurses have been a critical element that allows some kids to come to school, allows some kids to stay at schools. I mean, every year has been tremendous, and they are really one of those foundational pieces that you don't see that keep kids in school, keep kids healthy, and drive education.
With our school nurses working hard alongside the Wilson County Health Department at Lebanon High School, well, these nurses have united forces to help make vaccinations a reality for our district.
Once the pandemic hit and they started talking about getting vaccines and things, I think the schools seemed like an obvious choice, an obvious way to kind of get the vaccine out there. One, because we have a high population of the community that works in schools. And so then we kind of funnel out from there. And so I think it made a lot of sense. And as a nurse, you're trained that, the others come first, always. And so the first thing you want to do is do whatever you can do to help.
With nursing a profession that can present many types of expected scenarios, well, administering thousands of vaccination shots wasn't really thought about in previous years. Nonetheless, they've answered the call in a huge way.
Well, part of a nurse is being prepared for anything. I will say I never thought I'd be a nurse during a pandemic. I mean, I've been a cardiac nurse, I've been an operating room nurse, and now I'm a school nurse, and we see all kinds of things, but I never, ever imagined that we'd be looking at a pandemic. But I'm totally impressed on how the school nurses have stepped up, whether it be contact tracing, giving the vaccinations, or contacting parents who may have a sick child at home to put a stop to this. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that these school nurses do to stop the spread.
Being able to vaccinate our population that we work with every day has been, for me, it's been a blessing, because you feel like you're doing something to help. And even though we aren't vaccinating the kids, we're keeping the kids safe, we're working towards keeping the kids in schools, and I think everybody wants to get back to normal as quick as possible.
With the world changing so much around this time last year, well, this past calendar year has been a whirlwind. But with COVID-19 vaccinations vastly sweeping across our country and in our school districts, the light is much brighter now compared to March of 2020.
I have 2 kids in the school system as well, and they're in the elementary, and I work for the high school. And I think of everything that's changed and everything that these kids have adapted to and overcome. It's just amazing that somehow we've gotten to this point. We're almost through with another school year, and we've been in school for the majority of it, and that says something to our resilience. But man, it's hard to believe it's been a year.
Our appreciation and gratitude for our nurses runs very deep.
I can't come up with all the words to say how awesome they are and how much they've stepped up to the plate, but I do got to get a little point in there. They step up to the plate every year. Every year before COVID, they will step up every day of
It's
next school
sequential
year.
years after COVID.
Every year. We are able to shine a light on them right now, but they've been there every day, school day up to this point, and will be next year.
So to nurses in our district and everywhere, we say thank you for all that you've done and continue to do. You truly are a lifesaver.
Thank heavens that the health department's behind us, working so hard so that we can give some hope back to the community.
We're not just ice packs and Band-Aids. There's a whole realm of kids now that come to schools that are more critically ill than ever before. And we take care of that population, not only when they're at the school, but also when they're not. We have to check on that and make sure that they're getting what they need. We're kind of a between the community and the resources that they need.
Oh my goodness. Just
Don't fall out.
I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools.